Here is the news.
Hello, I'm Sam Brown. Opposition leader Tony Abbott has compared proposed government media regulation laws to the censorship enforced by Communist China. Speaking in front of the Institute of Public Affairs, he says any proposed watchdog would quickly turn into a police on political correctness and possible bad PR. He says the coalition opposes any tightening of media laws. US authorities say they are treating a shooting at a Wisconsin Sikh temple, which left 7 people, including the gunman, dead, as a domestic terrorist incident. The gunman opened fire just before the start of a service inside the temple and engaged in a firefight with police outside, injuring a police officer. Greenfield Police Chief Bradley Wetland says the FBI will begin an investigation into the shooting.
The FBI will be handling the criminal investigation on this incident. We looked at it, the scope of it, and what the implications might be. We're treating this as a domestic terrorist type incident, and therefore the FBI has the resources needed to help investigate that.
Israel is demanding immediate action from Egypt after at least 15 Israeli police officers were killed in an attack on a border checkpoint. The BBC's Yolanda Neal has more.
The attack on the border post took place around sunset, just as the Egyptian guards were eating the traditional iftar meal, which breaks the daily fast during the Islamic holy month of Ramadan. Egyptian state television said a group of men heavily armed with guns and rocket-propelled grenades opened fire before driving off with at least one armoured vehicle. In Israel, a military spokeswoman said 2 vehicles were taken and that one exploded near its Kerem Shalom crossing with Egypt. Another was targeted by the Israeli Air Force as it crossed the border fence, killing several militants.
Lawyers for the man accused of murdering Queensland schoolboy Daniel Morecambe want to cross-examine a further 48 witnesses as the committal hearing goes back to Brisbane Magistrates Court today. The court granted the examination of 31 witnesses last week. However, the defendant's solicitor says he needs to increase that number to 80. In Olympic news, Usain Bolt says he had to overcome his own self-doubt to defend the gold medal he won in the men's 100-metre sprint in 2008. He says he proved any doubters wrong, becoming only the second man to defend the 100-metre title. Second place winner Johan Blake says he was happy to come second to the greatest sprinter ever. In tonight's action, Australian sailor Tom Slingsbury is the only Australian in medals contention. Racing in the laser category, Slingsbury sits well clear in point standings and only needs a 7th place finish to take the gold in the event. Shane Perkins and Anna Meares will line up for the cycling sprint semi and quarterfinals, and the Boomers will be in action in their group match against Russia. And in further sports news, in the NRL, Cronulla Sharks coach Shane Flanagan has defended drug use allegations against Todd Carney, saying that he wants the scandalous rumours to cease. Since the state of origin, Carney has been involved in drug speculation, which Flanagan says is totally unfair and is affecting his on-field performance. The West Tigers will take on the Parramatta Eels tonight at Campbelltown Stadium in the hopes of a victory which will secure them a place within the top 8. It is also a crucial game for the Eels, as a win would ensure a spot outside of the wooden spoon position. And in the AFL, coach James Hird has praised the way his team played against the Adelaide Crows yesterday, despite a 4-point loss, saying the game was a much higher quality than their previous matches against Hawthorn and Geelong.
That was the news.